I never spoke to so many presidents all at one time. Any advice you have for me in delivering my speech?
Say Trump has lost it. They like to say that anyway, I guess, though.
They're trying to get some bad stuff on Trump.
And they're constantly making up stories about me because their candidate is a mental and physical basket case. There's never been anything like it. If he took me behind the barn and I went like this, I believe he'd fall over. I believe he'd fall. If I don't sound like a typical Washington politician, it's because I'm not a politician.
You did a hell of a job.
Joe Biden and his party have spent the entire year inciting violence and hatred against our great police officers.
What I hope is my politics doesn't make anybody else cry.
One of the most important issues of this election is law and order. These people are bad people. Oh, Sleepy Joe.
Hey, come see me at the White House. I never spoke to so many presidents all at one time. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye. Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy.
They're not doing a great job at the White House. Joe Biden is, quite frankly, not prepared for this. In fact, Joe Biden has decided that since he is himself a meat muppet president, since he himself is a fake president, that he's going to prepare for the State of the Union by talking to a bunch of fake presidents. Joe Biden released a video this morning where he talked with a bunch of fake presidents. We kid you not. So this program, we've been saying that Joe Biden is installed. He's a muppet. Barack Obama talks about how his third term would be great if he could just have a little earpiece in and talk to the goofball who's not really president. It's like standing around. Ladies and gentlemen, shockingly, Joe Biden made that real this morning by releasing a video with fake presidents, teaching Joe Biden how to be a fake president. I mean, at this point, they're actually like mocking us and laughing at us or making our dreams come true. I don't know exactly which, but here we go. Here's Joe Biden's preparation for the State of the Union with fake presidents. Go.
I never spoke to so many presidents all at one time. Some of you might know what a big speech like I have to do is coming up State of the Union. Any advice you have for me in delivering my speech?
Well, sir, in my capacity as president, all I had to deal with was a meteor. One of the things that I came out of that with in my speech to people, hope. Hope is the strongest force we have in this country. It is the most useful and the most effective. My advice is just keep telling us how you're working for us and building hope.
Well, Mr. President, looking back on my own presidency, I behaved very badly in a lot of situations. In preparation for your speech, it's just there was one sort of piece of advice and that meant a lot to me when I was president. And so I just wanted to share that really quick with you. Tell them that you exist for them. Tell them that they make you a better man. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And also when I used to give big speeches, I would always wind down with popcorn and red wine. But I know for you that would be ice. Do that with ice cream. I highly encourage it.
I know from experience, obviously, what a tough job it is. And when I was president, it seemed like every week there was some new crisis that I had to face.
You did a hell of a job.
Thank you. I do feel I should just point out one thing. It always bears remembering: there's no crying in politics.
Well, what I hope is my politics doesn't make anybody else cry.
Mr. President, from my experience of being commander-in-chief, I learned that having a loving partner changes everything. Love and compassion as a leader are strengths. They're not weaknesses and are key to your character. So let that shine through in your speech. And don't forget to save a dance for the First Lady in the East Room.
We've had a lot of lines to learn ourselves. It's nice to watch somebody else have to get it all together rather than us, In Independence Day, I had it easy. We just had invaders from outer space coming in wanting to mess with us, and that tends to unify people, and
I'm not so sure it was the greatest speech ever, but I did manage to say two things. One is that we can't be consumed by our petty differences, and we will be united in our common interests. And somehow these words became something to remember. So I had the thought, Mr. President, that, you know, when people look at all that you've managed to do, they're going to remember, time will remember always the importance of your words when you say that thing about there's nothing that we can't do when we do it together. Those are good ones. Best wishes to you, sir.
There's nothing beyond our capacity, and I believe that. Hey, come see me in the White House. I'm very serious. I'd love to meet you all in person. Thank you.
I'm with you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
President.
Thank
Thank you very much.
I never spoke to so many presidents all at one time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. See you. Thank you.
What did I just watch? Joe Biden sitting there like a Madame Tussauds wax figure, not interacting with these people. There's a creepy, like on a Zoom call, all these Hollywood people from their mansions in Tahoe talking with Joe Biden about when I was president. The whole thing is like, when I was president. You weren't president, you jackals. Like, what are you talking about? You were never president. You're an adult pretender professionally. Also, none of you like have had success. Like, none of you even, I don't even know who any of these people are. I know who Morgan Freeman is. That's it. What is it? Morgan Freeman, White House Down? Is that it? That was it? And they're talking about like giving Joe Biden advice. Like when I was president, when I would give a big speech, you wouldn't give a big speech. What are you talking about? The guy was getting tearful when I was president. Bro, you weren't president. What's happening? They're about as real a president. Like, this is amazing. Are they doing this because they watch our show? Like, are they doing this because they know we're gonna make content out of it? Is this Inception? Is this like the Matrix attacking us? When I was president, bro, you read lines off a script that you can barely read to a soundstage. That's it. You are about as real of a president as Joe Biden. I guess that's the one thread here that's quite harmonious. And important to note is that all of these people are also fake presidents. The entire clip's like too long to play on the show. It's 4 minutes long. It's gobstopping. It's a bit, you're crying? You're crying? Talking about how you'd wind down? You're an actor. You're a child's plaything. Line from Toy Story. You are a toy. Right? You remember that? Yeah. What the hell is going on? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Moving on to the person who put out the wrong tweet that saying the wrong year and the wrong month of Joe Biden's State of the Union, Cringe Jean-Pierre, who probably set all that up so Joe Biden could sit there like a melting wax figure the whole time. When you're having a conversation with somebody, like we do interviews all the time on this program, right? Every single show we do an interview. Like when you're having a conversation with somebody, you should like interact with them. You like talk with them. Like we do in this entire program. We're like making memes and like rolling through the show. Like Joe Biden just sitting there like this. Like somebody, like seconds before somebody was putting a mirror under his nose to see if it fogs up. Like, you there? You there? That somebody was Cringe Jean-Pierre. Okay, so here's Cringe Jean-Pierre talking about definitely what the strength of Joe Biden, the majesty of Joe Biden, the power of Joe Biden. Can't even sit through a Zoom call with adult pretenders who are all unemployed, who are all out of work. Wow. Tough job. Here we go. Cringe Jean-Pierre. Go.
look, you're going to hear the president address how our democracy is under attack, how our freedoms are certainly under attack. He's going to speak to what we've been seeing across the country as it relates to women's health care and the radical, extreme bills that we're seeing on abortion, on IVF. You're going to hear the president be very loud and clear about that. And we know that voting rights is an issue here that the president has spoken to, has been spoken to very, very clearly. He even took an executive action very early on in his administration to see what we can do on the federal level to deal with, to make it easier for folks to vote. So you'll hear him certainly lean into that as well tonight. Look, it is important. It is important, we believe, that as the president, let's not forget, when he first decided to run in 2019, he talked about the soul of this nation and really fighting for the soul of America. That didn't end with the president being elected, obviously, in 2020. That continues. That continues. And it is important for this president to continue to talk about our freedoms and how they are under attack. They are. In extreme ways by extreme Republicans. And so he's going to continue. You're going to see whose side he's on. He's side of the American people. He's going to continue to fight for the American people. And tonight's going to be a really important night to hear directly from the president on these critical issues tonight.
And we will do that about 14 hours from now
yes.
on Capitol Hill. White House Press Secretary.
Yes, America is under attack from Republicans. Yes, that's right. It's Republicans who are attacking America. Just say that to any single mother trying to walk through downtown Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, New York, LA, San Francisco, and not get stabbed with a fentanyl needle. Just say, like, or accosted by some homeless hooligan who most likely is a criminal alien. Say that to Lake and Riley's parents. Say that to Lake and Riley. Go to Lake and Riley's parents. Apparently, Lake and Riley was invited to the State of the Union. Lake and Riley's mother and father were invited to the State of the Union. I think our guest, who will be joining the program, Mike Collins, actually invited her parents. This is the nursing student that was murdered by a criminal alien, a Venezuelan, who is a career criminal, most likely released from a Venezuelan prison, and came here to go murder, and they murdered an American nursing student, sweet, sharp, intelligent young lady who just wanted to help people, according to her teachers and her classes. And they because of Joe Biden, this person should have never been here. Because of Democrats, this girl is murdered. It really makes you wonder. You saw during COVID how the corporate press can weaponize the actions of a president or an administration and deaths of Americans to create a narrative to tell to the American people. Whether that's justified or not, I'll let you decide.